on that as well. And you can definitely connect dots between that effort and what we are achieving in the fall as well. And then I think Dr. Reddy basically stole the third part of my speech, which was about the Unleash event. So we see the Bengaluru Tech Summit to be closely connected to what will happen just 1 month after in Mysore at the Infosys campus, but not only with Infosys as a partner, with the state of government of Karnataka as a very close partner, and a lot of Danish, international, and Indian companies contributing to this very big platform where 1,000 talent from around the world will meet up in 10 days and bring forward concrete solutions to sustainable development goals. It has been in, as you mentioned, Shenzhen and in Singapore, and then we had a small pause, and now finally we can do it together, and we can do it right here in the state of Karnataka, and we are all pretty, excuse my French, damn excited about that. I'm sure it will be a great event. It will bring a lot of attention to the state of Karnataka and to the Sustainable Development Goals, and we hope that everybody will be involved before, during, and after, so that it is not only an event, but an event that creates activities afterwards. And with those words, I think I have sort of broadly described what our focus will be at Bengaluru Tech Summit this year. We will connect it to some other events. We will focus on technology, we will focus on sustainability, we will focus on people, and we will look very much forward to do that and get on board. Thank you very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Denmark is also on its way for increased presence in Bengaluru and Karnataka. Mr. Eskebo Rosenberg, thank you very much. I would now request Mr. Thierry Berthelot, the Consul General of France in Bengaluru, to address all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Thierry.
Honorable Minister, Dr. Ramana Reddy, dear colleagues, dear friends, it's a great honor and a great pleasure for me to be here with you today. First of all, I would like, on behalf of my country, my embassy, to thank you for organizing this important meeting today. I think it is useful for all of us as partners of the GIA. As you know, and as you said, Dr. Reddy, France has been a partner of the Bengaluru Tech Summit from the very beginning, and definitely our wish, our intention is, of course, to be on board again together with you in this year in November. So we will be there both at the institutional level and also through the business community. I would like to also underline that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was back in Paris on the 4th of May, and he had extensive discussions with President Emmanuel Macron, and he was the first international leader to meet our president after the new presidential elections in France. So it was also a way to underline how strong or important the partnership between India and France is for my country. And if you go through the statement that the two leaders agreed to publish after their meetings, you will see that the cooperation on digital issues, on the business, on digital affairs is a key element in our partnership. We have a lot of French companies already who settled down in Karnataka. More than 150 are there. We have big ones in the IT sector, such as Capgemini, Atos, Dassault Systèmes, and a few others. But we also do have some French startups who are already here working with Indian partners, with Indian startups and incubators. And of course, we do work to increase the possibilities for them to come in Bengaluru and to work more with their Indian partners. We have an organization supported by the government, which name is the French Tech, who is providing assistance to the new startups to be incubated. Since the visit of Prime Minister Modi to France, we had a visit of our ambassador for digital affairs, Henri Verdier, who visited Bengaluru a few weeks ago, and he had extensive programs with both the government of Karnataka, but also incubators here in Bangalore. And we do work also together on norms in the international frameworks, such also in the working groups in the UN on cyber issues. And I also would like to mention that after that, we do organize in France the Viva Tech Summit, will take place from the 15th to the 18th of June in Paris. And this year, India is the guest of honor of Viva Tech Summit, and we have a big Indian delegations, so traveling to Paris this year, both from the business side and also the think tanks and the institutions to play an active part in this meeting. So definitely, you can count on my country to be there in November and to work with you to exchange. And I said we will be there with big companies, but also with startups, and wishing a very successful Bengaluru Tech Summit to all of you. I will also add just one thing, is that I'm very happy to see that we, with my colleagues, Europeans, we are there with a good group, and I think it's very also important for Europe to be also here together. Thank you.
France also believes that Karnataka indeed is indeed a great strategic partner. Thank you, sir. We also have with us Mr. Achim Burkhardt, the Consul General of Germany in Bengaluru, to address all of us.
Good afternoon, everybody. Honourable Minister, good to see you here today. Yes, finally, we're not only meeting here face-to-face, but we will also meet face-to-face on the Bengaluru Tech Summit. I'm here now for 2 years, and I haven't been there with myself. I've been there virtually every time, and I think already there it was a good tradition that Germany took quite a high profile in that wonderful event. Interesting topics we worked on over the last years. In 2020, we had the e-mobility topic, something which, all of you coming here from Bangalore know it's an important part of the industry in this country. In 2021, again in the digital space, our topic was healthcare. And so we were thinking about what could be and should be our next topic, and I think it already was highlighted by some of the colleagues in their speeches. It's sustainable development, and therefore we are choosing a topic which is called Green Tech equals Clean Tech. I think under this header we should deal with different kind of topics. And we think, for example, of bringing together people on renewable energy, green hydrogen production and transport. I know that your government is very much keen in getting green hydrogen as one of the motors of your renewable energy system and getting number one exporter of green hydrogen in the world. So I think we are very much interested in that, and I think our industries and our startups and our research and developers, they can contribute to that, and BTS is a wonderful venue to talk about this. Then something which struck into my mind is also sustainable business models. I recently was with a German company here in Bangalore, having their research and development and also a factory or some factories here. And what they told me, I found it was very interesting. They don't want to be only until 2025 completely CO2 neutral, but what they're looking for and striving for until 2030 is that from the very first idea over the product and to the selling of the product and the life cycle of the usage of the product, that has to be carbon neutral. There's a lot to do, and I think technology has a big part to play in that. And again, Bengaluru Tech Summit is a place to discuss that. And last but not least, also something where we as a government, put a big focus on, and we have a lot of discussions and also projects here in the country. It's clean urban mobility. I think everybody living in Bangalore is really looking forward for green urban mobility, because we are sitting in our cars and are not so green as we should and could be, and looking forward that this will be changed. And again, there are a lot of young people striving for a different environment. And again, Bengaluru Tech Summit will be a good place to discuss that. We would envisage, I would say, that Germany will take like half a day of the time on different kind of platforms. We could have discussions, we could talk about case studies or present case studies. We can have startups here to discuss and to bring forward their project. And what is very important for us also, and we are very much in that particular area, the science cooperation, because science and tech, they go together, and we can see that very good here in Bangalore. What I hope, and you know, as a diplomat, I always hope, and I try my best to do so, is to have high-level visits here in Bangalore. There's a huge interest on the side of the German political sphere. So we already have discussions on that, and I hope that either on the level of the federal government or of one of the federal states governments, we will have high-ranking visitors. Perhaps not a secret that especially the Bavarian Prime Minister or Minister President, Dr. Söder, is very much looking forward to come to Karnataka. He had already intended to come this year, but due to COVID pandemic, he couldn't materialize that visit. So we told him, come to BTS, that's a place to be in India. Who might be other players? We are talking to different ones. First and foremost, it's my own government. You know, we have a new federal government which is very much on the green side. We have the Greens in the government with a lot of ministerial postings at very central positions. So we believe that a topic like green tech and clean tech is very well placed so that we could attract high-ranking officials from my government. The embassy and the consulates for sure will be there. Other German institutions in India, they are plentiful, like the IGCC, the VDMI, GTAI, and many others. Different federal states are here already present. I think they were already mentioned by Dr. Reddy. We have Bavaria, North Rhine-Westphalia, Baden-Württemberg, Hamburg, and Berlin, and all have very intensive cooperation with Karnataka, and I think we could plug into that. But somebody has to be there too, and that is very important. It is no secret that the German companies are manifold here in Bangalore. We have over 220 German companies here with a lot of jobs, and I think we have several of them which have at least 20,000 of staff. So I think this is a proof that for the German companies, Bangalore is a place where they want to invest, where they want to stay, and where they find the talent for new innovations. And Bengaluru Tech Summit, again, they should be there, and they will be there. Just to give you a figure, the German Chamber of Commerce in India is the biggest in the world. We have 2,000 companies being present in that institution, so you can see by that. So it's German companies and Indian companies, with a majority of German companies. So you can see by that the interest in India is unbroken. Last but not least, I would like to attract startup. We have different accelerators, incubators, other organizations like GINSEB, like ITSO from North Rhine-Westphalia, which are very much willing coming here, making even contests, which might be interesting, between startups. So I'm looking forward to a very exciting, very lively, very diverse event. And I was very much surprised and very happy to see that it will take place in Bangalore Palace. I think that is a great location to do that. You know, this kind of rhetorical place with the newest technologies and a view into future. So let's work together on that. Germany will be part of it, you can be sure of. And thank you for all the organizers in the Karnataka government who will make that possible. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for reaffirming the faith in Bengaluru Tech Summit and in Karnataka. We have Ms. Tammy Benheim, Consul General of Israel to South India, who has joined us virtually. I would request Ms. Tammy to address all of us. She's joined on the virtual mode.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Minister Ashwath Narayan. Thank you, Dr. Ramana Reddy, for allowing me and also for allowing Israel to embark upon this amazing journey with Bengaluru, with Karnataka, with South India on innovation and high tech, and especially celebrating with you this 25th anniversary of BTS, of this amazing conference. And we're especially, your title this year, or the topic you're trying to push forward, Tech for Next Gen, really resonates with me personally and with Israel. We had no chance, we had no other way. And from the 74 years that we exist, we've been looking towards the future. We've been looking towards making the place livable, viable, available for the next generations. And this is why we've invested so much in climate tech through the years. Israel is one of the only countries these days that through innovation does not rely on natural water supply. We make our own water supply. We do a lot of agri-tech, clean tech, combating climate change that is already felt so harshly in where we live in our geographical area. We do with femtech and so many other innovations, and it's something that I feel we definitely share with Bengaluru. Things in Bengaluru remind me many times of the center, the high-tech center in Israel. 40% of direct investments to all of India come to Bengaluru. Last month, we celebrated India's 100th unicorn from Bengaluru. There are so many things that are similar and so much potential for our work together. And I really hope we get to showcase this, see this, and work around it in the upcoming summits in November. And it's not just words that I'm saying. I'll give you a quick glimpse of my past week or so right here in Bengaluru. I attended the opening of Teva Pharmaceuticals' new World Center here in Bengaluru. The center here that will have more than 4,000 employees is going to service over Teva company, which is located in over 60 countries in the world. We've had many Israeli companies come to the India Innovation Summit that just finished off, and Dr. Ramana Reddy was there for a while also. And today I'm talking to you on my way to Bengaluru's International Airport, but from IIMB and their incubator, where a prominent Israeli startup master, Tal Katran, was just there meeting startups and giving them practical advice and seeing how we can move forward together. And Dr. Ramana Reddy mentioned that in the last summit that was virtual, or at least our Prime Minister attended virtually, we really do hope, and I share this hope, I'm sure, with everyone here, that it will be 100 or 110%, I heard, in person. And yeah, and I'm looking forward to working with you and making this the best summit so far. Thank you very much. And thank you for this, for Zoom, for allowing me to join you, even though I can't be there in person.
Thank you, Ms. Tammy, for taking time off and being a part of the Global Innovation Alliance meet. We now have Mr. Jonas Brunswick, the Consul General of Switzerland in Bengaluru, to address all of us.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. Very much looking forward to this year's edition of the BTS. I just got back last week on Thursday from spending 3 weeks in Switzerland, which I would call foundational to my next 3 years here in India and to the Indo-Swiss collaboration when it comes to innovation. Because we have realized that the way in which India and Switzerland have been collaborating in science, technology, and innovation to date is very much ad hoc. It's a stakeholder that knows somebody and they want to work together and they find a way to work together. But what is lacking is a little bit of a strategic element. And over the past couple of months with our Swiss ambassador to India and our counterparts here in the government as well as in Switzerland, we have carved a vision for how we want to strengthen the collaboration. And you'll hear in a minute how BTS fits into this vision. So we think of innovation in terms of wicked problems, wicked challenges. What are the wicked challenges that the world is facing today, and how can we come together leveraging science and technology to address them? And over the next few years, we will concentrate our efforts in the sustainability field, in the health field, and in the field of digital transformation. For this year, we'll be looking at health in particular by trying to create a consortium that will look at antimicrobial resistance in particular, so that the collaborations that exist already at this time can be bundled together, can be scaled, can be brought up to a new height. And when later this year, in October, we will have our minister visiting India for the Joint Steering Committee in Science and Technology, we will propose to create an entirely new instrument for the Indo-Swiss collaboration, because we argue that the source of innovation is not the market, but it is academia. It's the research laboratories of the universities are often the places where a lot of that is born. And we want to strengthen the academia-industry connection between India and Switzerland by creating consortia that have research institutions, universities, corporations, and startups from either country working together on specific issues, such as AMR. And so when it comes to BTS this year, we have one of our flagship programs, the Academia Industry Training, which is bringing together 10 entrepreneurs that have a foot in the lab and whose research has strong commercial potential. And it's clear that they're going to look to take it out of the lab into the market from both the Indian and the Swiss side. And we plan to bring the 10 from Switzerland to BTS this year to showcase some of the next-gen technologies that are coming out of the research labs, and to look to strengthen the connection to the research laboratories here at the universities throughout the state. And of course, in Bangalore, we know that some of the strongest Indian universities are located in our backyard. So very much look forward to being a part of this year's physical BTS with a strong next-gen talent presence from Switzerland. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jonas, for your observations and address. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've heard the consul generals of different countries. Before we move further, as we are all aware, United States of America has also been a very important partner for the Global Innovation Alliance. We have Mr. Sandeep Samudar from US IBC, who has joined us virtually. And I would request Mr. Sandeep to say a few words on the occasion. Mr. Sandeep. on the virtual mode.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the government of Karnataka for inviting the US-India Business Council for this inaugural event of the Bengaluru Tech Summit. Just as an introduction to the US-India Business Council, we were formed way back in 1975 as a partnership between both the governments, between the United States and India, signed by then Foreign Minister of United States, Dr. Henry Kissinger and Dr. Swaran Singh from the Indian side. We have been an integral part of forming the commercial relationship between both the countries. And Karnataka, and specifically Bengaluru, has been a very key part of that particular initiative. The Bengaluru Tech Summit, though we participated last year, nudged by one of our board members, Dr. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, who is the chairperson of Biocon and also one of the moguls from the city of Bangalore, who has made Bangalore proud and making it one of not just an IT capital, but also the biotech capital of India. And along with another of our board members, Nivruti Rai from Intel, to actually initiate what is called the US-India Tech Conclave. The US-India Tech Conclave, what we did last year, I mean, it was a 2-day event. It focused on IT and IT services, life sciences technologies, and startups. It was a great collective effort, what we saw between the Department of IT, Active, the Vision Group, and the leadership of USIBC and a membership. And we actually would want to replicate what we did in the Bengaluru Tech Summit last year. Albeit it was a sort of a virtual one. This time we are delighted that it's going to be a physical one. And we would be able to do a lot more, because last year there was a lot of challenge when we were trying to coordinate between the West Coast of the United States, the East Coast, our members in India. So it was a bit of a challenge, but we managed to overcome it. This time, hopefully, we will have a big delegation coming in from the US, from the different universities, from the different startups, startup ecosystems. We hope to have a group of startups and other people coming in. So this we are hoping to have a great event. I think our focus this time will be around talent, research, the metaverse, and we will focus on sectors which will be around aerospace and defense, healthcare, robotics, space, quantum, green tech, and with the overall focus of sustainability. So I think that it should be a great event, and we hope all the best for the event, and looking forward to work with the Bengaluru Tech Summit team and the government of Karnataka and all the different people we heard before us. We hope this will be a great event, and all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep. We are now going to have an open house with the other GIA country representatives. I would request Ranjini of KUIC team to kindly come over and moderate this open house. Yeah.
Firstly, thank you so much, all the GIA partners and the Consul Generals, for your remarks. Because we have such high number of GIA partners, we thought we'll keep an open house so that we ensure all our partners get an opportunity to speak. I would now first like to request a representative from Japan, Mr. Maruwa Katsumasa, the Deputy CG, to provide a few remarks.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, the mics will be passed on to you for ease of flow. So, Mr. Katsumasa, over to you.
Okay. Thank you for invite this meeting. First, I'd like to express my gratitude for the initiative by the government of Karnataka to support the innovation startups. And I wish the Bengaluru Tech Summit 2022 in November will be held successfully. Japanese investment to Indian startups, which utilize advanced technologies such as AI, IoT, big data, and blockchain, is growing rapidly. the amount of investment by Japanese companies reached 9.2 billion USD in May 2021, which is a sevenfold increase from the level in 2016. The background of this increase is the high reputation of Indian companies for their technological capability. At the meeting between Japanese Prime Minister Kishida and Indian Prime Minister Modi in March, the Prime Ministers recognized that digital technologies would play an increasingly important role in the post-COVID world and welcomed the growing cooperation under the Japan-India Digital Partnership with a view to enhancing digital economy through promotion of a joint project for digital transformation. Support to provide opportunity for Indian IT professionals to work in Japan and Japanese companies. And collaboration made in the area of IoT, AI, and other emerging technologies. In this regard, Prime Minister Kishida looked forward to attracting more highly skilled Indian IT professionals to contribute to the Japanese ICT sector. They also welcomed the progress in the Japan-India Fund of Funds to mobilize funds for emerging Indian startups. Welcoming the move of signing of MOCs in the field of cybersecurity and ICT, they appreciated the progress, the bilateral relationship in cyber domain, and affirmed to further deepen cyber engagement with each other in multinational fora, including in the United Nations. They shared the view to further cooperate various fields like 5G, Open RAN, telecom network security, submarine cable systems, and quantum communications. To mention a few activities of the Japanese company in Bengaluru, Fujitsu established a new research base in Bengaluru in April and started joint research with IIT Hyderabad and IISc in Bengaluru. The research center will focus on the field of AI and quantum software, and will also work to recruit understanding human resources in the fields. Also, in the month June, Mercari, which operates the free market application in Japan, plans to establish a technology development center in India to accelerate its growth towards becoming a global tech company. Given the high expectation of Japanese companies in Japan and Japanese companies in India for Indian IT personnel, we will work with the JETRO to further development cooperation with Indian digital technology in the future. We look forward to further collaboration and cooperation between Japan and India in the fields of innovation technology in the future. I hope the Bengaluru Tech Summit will be the platform for cooperation between Japan and India in such field. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Katsumasa-san. As we are running a little short of time, I request all of you to keep your remarks to 2 to 3 minutes. I would now like to request Mr. Hein Lagveen, the Deputy Consul General of Netherlands, to provide a few remarks.
Thank you. So thank you very much for having me over here, for having us over here. And I would like to congratulate the government of Karnataka and the city of Bengaluru for organizing the 25th edition of the Bengaluru Tech Summit. I do not think that the Netherlands participated in all 25 editions, but we definitely participated in the last couple of editions. And I think I'm the only colleague here, the only person from the diplomatic corps that actually participated in a physical BTS in 2019. And I can tell you it's truly a flagship event, and it's an excellent platform to network with decision makers, but also with the business community here. So I'm happy that this year we can participate again. The Bengaluru Tech Summit was also important in expanding the business cooperation between the Netherlands and India. There are already quite some Dutch companies present here in Karnataka, in Bengaluru, but during the BTS we try to get even more companies over to inform them about what Bangalore has to offer, to even attract them to set up a company here, to invest here. And more concretely, for this Bengaluru Tech Summit in November 2022, we intend to invite 2 Dutch trade missions to come to India to participate in the Bengaluru Tech Summit, one focusing on digital health and the other focusing on startups. And in addition to those 2 trade missions, we also try to invite a keynote speaker. We have not confirmed one yet, but we try to invite somebody that is an expert in the field of innovation and business. So thank you for having us, and we're looking forward to cooperate with the government of Karnataka in making this BTS successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lagwin. We'll now quickly move to the virtual platform, and can we have a representative from Finland, Mr. Mika Teronen, provide a few brief remarks?
Thank you, Chairman, and hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting Finland to this event. So dear Mr. Narayan, dear Mr. Reddy, dear audience, very warm greetings from Finnish Embassy. We are very happy to be a GIA partner to Karnataka government, and we also have this Finland-Karnataka Innovation Corridor that we are very happy to conduct together with Karnataka. Recently, we have been focusing on AI and startup mentoring, where Nokia, which has the Indian headquarters in Bengaluru, Nokia is dictating this program and mentoring local startups, and we wish to extend this program. Very interesting program. Finland is one of the leading countries in startup scheme. Like many of you know, the world's second biggest startup event, Slush, is kept in Finland. Unluckily, actually, this year, this event is at the same time than Bengaluru Tech Summit, so we have problems in sending startups from Finland to India and vice versa. But anyway, we are very happy to participate in Bengaluru Tech Summit. We have been sending 5 times in a row our minister to the event, 2 times virtually, but this time we hope to be physically present. So very happy about this and develop the collaboration further. We have been looking at quantum technology closer in Bengaluru recently, and of course we have our national priorities on sustainability and digitalization. But very happy to be here and to come to Bengaluru and bring our high-level delegation again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mika, for the remarks. Can we now quickly move on to representative from Sweden, Mr. Amrit Hinduja, for your brief remarks?
Sound? Okay, Honorable Minister, Dr. Ramana Reddy, greetings from the Swedish Trade Commissioner's Office and our ambassador, and thank you for inviting Sweden once again for BTS. Karnataka is an important destination and trade partner for Sweden. We're a small country, but we're very humbled and proud at the same time to have close to 50 Swedish companies in Karnataka, employing over 45,000 people directly and a number of more indirectly. Traditionally, Our cooperation has been in several areas within the business side, including mobility, health and pharmaceutical, environment technology. Digital IT, of course, has been a big bedrock for the cooperation. And we continue that very soon with IKEA opening its big retail offline store in 2 weeks in Bangalore. Nevertheless, two broad themes on which the India-Sweden cooperation stands is innovation and sustainability. The genesis of this is a joint innovation declaration that both Prime Ministers signed during Prime Minister Modi's visit in 2018 to Stockholm. And we really look forward to see how we can further build on that at the BTS. We've started thinking of various themes we'd like to focus on, and it starts to emerge that a theme that we would like to link based on our journey that we started in 2019 at BTS within space. We will build on the MOU of space that India and Sweden have. And at BTS 2022, we are looking forward to discuss sustainability in space and from space. Particularly looking at how can space and space technology work towards managing sustainability and climate change on Earth. But it's also getting pretty crowded up there with the new age space race. So how can we deal with issues of sustainability in space? We look forward to bringing a delegation built on the triple helix model to work with innovation. In this, we're also very keen to further retake up our dialogue in other areas such as health and innovation, sustainability and innovation, and also explore the possibility of a ministerial visit from Sweden to reaffirm the strong cooperation and partnership we believe with the government of Karnataka. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hinduja. Exciting to hear your remarks. We now have, again, move on to the virtual platform where we have Mr. Francesco Variali, representative from Italy. Looks like Mr. Variali has left. Meanwhile, we'll quickly move on to the open house, where we open the floor now for some partners who haven't had an opportunity to speak. We have about maybe 5 minutes, and we would request if there are any other comments from our GIA partners.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the government of Karnataka to invite us to participate at this wonderful event. I represent the Austrian Trade Commission in Bangalore. On behalf of the Austrian Consulate and the Trade Commission, we would like to reassure you our support and cooperation in participating in this event. More particularly, our ambassador and the Trade Commissioner, who has recently joined, would be very keen to visit Bangalore to participate in this summit. We have an exclusive cell on innovation, startups and artificial intelligence, which is headed by a separate individual and who would be like to come. And if we can get an opportunity, our ambassador would like to be in the inaugural session, and also we would be letting know how would be keen to participate, and I hope you will get the support and cooperation in close cooperation participating in this wonderful event. Once again, hearty congratulations for the government of Karnataka for the 25th year of BTS Summit, which has got the international recurring, and we are very, very happy to be amongst this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sampath Kumar. We believe we have Mr. Mohan Suresh, the Honorary Consul of Rwanda, who wanted to provide some remarks.
Good evening, everybody. I want to talk in front of, otherwise your minister and ACS has to turn around and see me. Honorable Minister, ACS, Honorable Chairman, Binana Director, thank you very much for inviting all Honorary Councils and Council Generals to have an open meeting. And I really appreciate the leadership of our Honorable Minister. When recently, 2-3 days back, Morocco delegation and Morocco IT Minister was here. He has hosted a luncheon meeting. They were very happy. And next day, breakfast meeting with Chief Minister. And the team was about 12 members. They are very much impressed and they want to be a partner country for this event. And we'll be visiting with the Honorable Law Minister, Speaker and other 10 Assembly members will be visiting on 20th to Israel and Morocco. That time I think they should confirm the partnership, this one. And another good thing, virtual has become now physical. So we thank all of you, the team, to make this event as physical. And I also request the IT professionals, IT Infosys and other, when we visited Infosys, we came to know only 5% they are physically working, 95% virtually working. That has to be reduced. I have seen a lot of people like Purushottam Reddy, they have invested on plug-on buildings and all, it's all vacant. And also we want to make IT professional to be very active. They used to sit at home, half home dress with half official. We should make them full official dress and they should come out, they should see the public place, they should visit, they should take the strain of traveling from Bangalore to IT city, Whitefield or this one. So I also request Honorable Minister and ACS that you should request the IT companies to be physical, to work as a physical. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Suresh. I believe we have a representative from Italy who would like to provide some remarks.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I think, unfortunately, my colleague, Mr. Variale, has to leave. And we will only say thank you to invite us here today, to invite us to the Bengaluru Tech Summit. We only recently opened a Consulate General here in Bangalore, so we definitely will participate to the Bengaluru Tech Summit, maybe considering also some cooperation with our embassy in Delhi, and we confirm our deep engagement to make it a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Italy is one of the countries which is participating in BTS for the first time, along with Poland and many other countries that we look forward to. So thank you. I believe we have a few companies from Australia who would like to. Okay, all right. We have about a minute if we have any last remarks.
Thank you. On behalf of the American Chamber of Commerce, we are an association of almost 500 companies across US companies with a presence in India, and with 80 plus companies in Bangalore alone, largely focused on tech. It is a great pleasure to say that we would love to be associated with the Bangalore Tech Summit, and we extend our full cooperation as an association to the Karnataka state government. So thank you so much.
Thank you. With that, we come to a conclusion of the open house. All the partners who are interested to provide further remarks, I request you to interact with the GOK delegates post the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Ranjini. The support of the print, electronic, and social media has been tremendous, and the media friends have been regular in terms of their presence and giving coverage. So special thanks to the friends from the media. As you are all aware, the Honorable Minister for Electronics, IT, BT, and SNT, Higher Education, Skill Development, Entrepreneurship and Livelihood, Government of Karnataka. Dr. C.N. Ashwath Narayan has been spearheading this right from the word go, and with his dynamism, definitely this BTS 2022 will be bigger and better. It's indeed my pleasure to request the Honorable Minister for a very, very special remark. So please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Dr. C.N. Ashwath Narayan, and thereafter the Chairman of Vision Group will speak.
Good afternoon to everyone present here for the Bengaluru Tech Summit 2022 Global Innovation Alliance Partners Press Meet. On this occasion, already the dignitaries, our consulate generals from different countries, already expressed their partnership and their commitment, how they are going to participate in the Bengaluru Tech Summit, and the relationship, what they have been sharing with our state of Karnataka and our country, and the partnership in many of the areas where we had MOUs, MOAs, how it has been taken forward, and how the relationship has grown from strength to strength, and the relationship is further getting strengthened. Particularly on the occasion of the 25th year of the Bengaluru Tech Summit, it's most important. Normally we used to have this kind of press meetings a week before the event. But this time, we are having it 5 months before the event. To further make it much more clear that when the event is going to happen, what is it all about, how we plan to do things, how further we can improvise. Because this is a place where we need to celebrate the technology, the immense contribution by various tech leaders, startups, who have been making a lot of disruptions and in the very experience of the way the things have been happening, and how they are able to provide solution, innovators and the startups, technology, service providers, information technology, electronics, biotechnology, many emerging areas, how the things have been changing dynamically. So keeping this in mind, as a world, all of us need to work without boundaries. Since the globalization, in the backdrop of the globalization, talent has got no boundaries and solution has got no boundaries. How best we capitalize and how best we take forward, how best we enable, how best we facilitate, how we can make things happen in better ways is very important. In this direction, the state of Karnataka always has been the forefront with all the cooperation from all the global innovation countries. So further we need to promote, engage ourselves and facilitate. And as a special occasion, we look forward much more suggestion from your side in the Tech Summit, how we can improvise much better and ensure this place will become much more happening, and we can facilitate much more better things to happen. More effectively, we can address each other's concern. The players who are into this domain, they'll have many concerns, which we can address very effectively. Probably this will be the most ideal platform. In this direction, state of Karnataka, we have set up many more agencies over the time. Previous year, we established the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission. Through the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission, we have been more specific, and it's been more targeted to facilitate the targeted groups, targeted companies, how best they can be facilitated either way to engage, to improvise the engagement, to address their concerns. We have been trying to do it much more better through the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission and Startup Karnataka, Innovate Karnataka, and the Karnataka Information and Technology Society. So we are creating many more agencies to address many other areas, how best we can take it forward. And in state of Karnataka, we came out with many policies to encourage all these emerging areas specifically. We came out with better policies now. As a country, we are now trying to emerge as a semiconductor nation. So in this direction, state of Karnataka will be the first state to have a semiconductor manufacturing facility. The fab facility will be established in the state of Karnataka. It's a matter of time which we are looking forward to take it forward, and it will become a bigger ecosystem. So further to add up in all the defense sector, aerospace, all these emerging areas, we have been, looked up by the entire country. And state of Karnataka has emerged and has served as a technology leader in innovation and information technology for the entire country. And we are trying to evolve for the entire world also. Since the lot of talent is available in the state of Karnataka, many of the skilled manpower, they are based in Karnataka. And it is leading to further consolidation. The talent from across the country, it is converging towards Karnataka. Already we had a very good talent. Further to add up, the consolidation is leading to further consolidation. So this has become the most happening place, and people are looking up to state of Karnataka to build a better future. This place has become, most lucrative for the professionals. They are getting a very good salary. Probably their salaries also have increased by 2 to 3 times. Probably which has not happened any other part of the country. Probably that has further added the more value for the talent. So they're getting better remuneration and further encouragement. In this direction, we are also trying to make it much more sustainable, and we have been promoting more and more for the clean tech and the green tech, so making it sustainability is the way future. So each one of us, anything has to become sustainable. We need to adopt all the sustainable technologies, and this is a way forward to address the environmental concern, because the technology or the modernization or the industrialization led to the destruction of and challenges of the environment. The same again, environment has to be re-established by providing a right solution and a right technology. Probably we are trying to work in this direction, since we have come out with a deadline for the 2050 as in a year. Before that, we need to make everything a zero emission is the target for the 2050, which before that all the countries need to adapt all the clean technology and green technology. So in this direction, we all coming out within a right policy under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. Further, we are also aligned in the similar direction. The state of Karnataka is also aligned in this direction. And to cater to the demands of the industry, Karnataka was the first state to implement the national education policy. By implementing the national education policy, we have a 65 million population in the state of Karnataka. The 65 million population ensuring that they all become much talented and cater to the demand of the industry. Catering to the demand of the industry is very important to maintain the supply of the demand, and the supply has to be met. So the demand is more than the supply. Fully understanding these challenges, we are trying to ensure the supply will be very well maintained in surplus. Not only catering to the state demand, we want to cater to the entire nation and the world. In this direction, we have been encouraging many more institutions, and the existing institutions also have been strengthened in very big way, not only in the terms of curriculum, not only in the terms of content, in the terms of governance, administration, legislation. All the way we are trying to transform and strengthen the entire education system, which will emerge in a very big way to cater to the demand of the industry, so that the industry can look up to the state of Karnataka for the talent. So with this occasion, without taking much of time, and since all of you know, the state of Karnataka has become the center for the information technology, biotechnology, and technology and electronics. In all the emerging areas, we have emerged as a best place, and much more than that, the R&D. The R&D also, the global capability centers have established in a very big way. The 40% of the GCCs are established in the state of Karnataka, which is a big strength. I think that can make a big difference. Further, you can look up to state of Karnataka to put up your offices, and I really appreciate all of you for coming forward and participating in this session, giving your best, and you have become part and parcel of Karnataka and Bengaluru. I think all of you know, all the consulates and other representatives, you know much more than us now, probably. Where are the talents, how things are happening, how things are unfolding in the state of Karnataka. You are very well informed, and you're in touch with all the talented people, and you're keeping very close contacts with them, and you're able to connect with them, invite them to your respective countries, giving them the market access, giving them the space to further scale up. All these things been happening in a very big way. That was the basic intention of the Global Innovation Alliance, to facilitate the movement between the respective countries, which from our side also we have been allowing things to happen, and whatever MOUs have been done so far, we are able to successfully implement in all the areas, particularly in Center of Excellence, and all other areas, we are able to ensure that things have been taken forward in a best possible way. With these few words, let me stop here and wish all of you all the best. And I once again request all of you to get your high-level delegation, and how best you can participate in the Bengaluru Tech Summit is most important. I look forward to all of your cooperation to make this event the most successful event. The 25th year, the Silver Jubilee, is a very important year to ensure that this event grows to a bigger level and become the best in the entire world. To evolve and grow in this direction, we need all of your cooperation. Namaskara. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, Dr. C. N. Ashwath Narayan, for the calling upon the entire fraternity to be a part of the Silver Jubilee BTS 2022. The Chairman of Vision Group on Information Technology, Government of Karnataka, Shri Chris Gopalakrishnan. I would request Shri Chris to express his views. Please put your hands together for Chris, sir.
Dr. Ashwath Narayan ji, Dr. Raman Reddy, Honorable Consul Generals, Deputy Consul Generals, people from the diplomatic corps, friends from media, industry. And I've been there from the beginning. So 25 years I've seen the event evolve, and it's gone from strength to strength. It has added multiple dimensions. As we saw that innovations are happening at the intersection of IT, bio, ABGC, various other emerging fields, we brought them together on one platform. What is very heartening to see is now the global innovation networks and global innovation centers are coming together in Bengaluru Tech Summit. I think it will give a new thrust to collaboration. It will give a new thrust to the opportunity that this collaboration can bring about. I'll just give one example very briefly. See, traditionally we have seen the Bengaluru Tech Summit talk about innovations in either services or innovations in bringing R&D services, etc. But more and more I'm seeing now the opportunity is also in applying technology to the problems of India. So for example, in fintech sector, we have seen how payment gateways, etc., have evolved to create a new model for the world. Healthcare will be creating a new model for the world. Very similarly, I believe that every sector gives an opportunity to create new models for the world. So this Bengaluru Tech Summit is a platform for us to actually debate about some of these new areas or new ways, new business models. Many of you touched upon this, sustainability, for example, right? We need to think about sustainability in everything that we do. Some other dimensions of new business models is affordability. If you want to develop technology for the 7 billion people in the world, affordability is very important. Inclusivity is very important. So the Bengaluru Tech Summit platform gives us the opportunity to reimagine how together we can develop better solutions. I thank all of you for making this happen and making the Bengaluru Tech Summit even better for our collaboration for the rest of the world. Thank you all very much, and look forward to meeting you again during the Tech Summit. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris Gopalakrishnan. Before the vote of thanks, I would request the Honorable Minister, Chris, and all the Consul Generals to kindly come over for a photograph, because this is a very important event. So I would request the Honorable Minister to kindly lead from the front for all the Consul Generals. After these photographs, we'll have Deputy Consul Generals and then the Honorary Consuls after the Consul Generals. Okay, so I would request the Deputy Consul Generals to kindly come forward, and thereafter the Honorary Consul Generals, so that everybody will fit into the frame. So kindly come forward.